My fellow CDL fans, we are here for Major 5 Pick'ems, our last major to do the Pick'ems bracket here. I got my fresh juvie and I'm ready to get picking these teams for Major 5. Now, as I said, this is the last major, so obviously there is COD Champs after this, but this is the last major. We saw our last online qualifiers for Modern Warfare 2, but let's hop right on into winners round 1. Starting it off, we have OpTic versus Florida Mutineers. Obviously, I'm going to go with OpTic to win this. OpTic is 5-0 in the last 2 online qualifiers, so they have not lost an online qualifier in 2 stages, which is absolutely crazy. But I'm gonna go OpTic here. It could be 3-0. I'll give them the 3-0. Why not, right? We'll say OpTic comes out strong to start off this Toronto major with a 3-0. Then we have Boston versus Minnesota. I am going to go Boston 3-2. I think Minnesota is decent, but I do think Boston is the better overall team, and I think that they can take this dub. Then we have winners round 1 down here. We have FaZe versus Legion. I do think this is an upset alert here. I do think Vegas could take this win. They're obviously fighting for their spot at champs, pretty much against Minnesota is mainly the team they're fighting up against. And, Florida is still in the mix, and Seattle is still in the mix in terms of all that. And I think this could be an upset alert here. I'm not 100% sure if I want to give it to Vegas, because obviously FaZe is such a good team. We did just see FaZe 3-0 Legion online in this stage. So just based off this, I think I'm going to go FaZe in this one. I'm going to give it to them. We'll go 3-2. I think Legion can keep it close. Maybe if Legion put up a better fight in this, I know it's online versus land, but it's, getting 3-0'd by FaZe and then going up against them in winners round 1 definitely isn't the most, doesn't give me the most faith in Legion. And then Toronto versus Subliners, both picking up some big wins throughout this stage, throughout the qualifiers coming into this. I personally think Toronto is just the better team. I'm going to give it to them. I'm going to give them a 3-2 win as well. I could see Subliners taking this. I think this is a pretty evenly matched series, but I think Toronto's been better all year long. And I just think, Scrap has been a different force. Obviously, Hydra has been amazing as well. I think I'm going to go the way of Toronto. Then we come on down to our elimination rounds. We got Thieves versus Florida first. I'm going to go Thieves. I am wearing a Thieves shirt. I'm sure anyone who's watched my channel before knows I am primarily a Thieves fan, but I overall just like Call of Duty in general. But I'm going to go Thieves 3-1. I know Thieves hasn't looked great online. I mean, they went 1-4 after just winning Major 4. I'm going to go LA in terms of this one. Then Minnesota versus London. London's not even able to qualify at this point, so I don't think they're going to be trying too hard. I'm going to go 3... We'll go 3. Honestly, they might try hard to try to end the year with a bang. I'm going to go 3-2. We'll give London. They're trying to end the year with a bang. They're going to lose in the game 5 to Minnesota. Then we have Vegas versus Surge, which I think if this series ends up happening is one of the biggest and most crucial ones in terms of Major 5. If we look at the standings, like I said earlier, this right here is really the teams that are kind of battling. Actually, you can even include Breach in here as teams that are sort of battling for these spots. Florida is kind of on the outskirts with 50 points behind Legion, but Legion is 20 behind Minnesota, and they're 30 behind Surge and Boston. So they're really trying to get their way into this 8 seed and overcome Rocker. So I do think Legion is going to be putting up a fight, but going up against the Seattle Surge and specifically Pred is never an easy task. I'm personally a believer in Seattle. I mean, they did go 1-4 compared to Vegas going 3-2 in the qualifier standings. I'm a big believer in Seattle, but I do think the likes of Sib and Pred are probably on their way out from this team. I don't know if they necessarily care as much. They might not, they definitely want to win. Obviously, everybody wants to qualify for champs. Everyone wants to get more wins under their belt for their career. But I don't know. I'm going to go the way of Vegas here. I think Vegas really has what it takes to take it to the Seattle team and beat them in 3-1. Then Subliners versus LAG. Similar to what I said with London, LAG is out of the champs picture at this point. I don't think they really care or want to try. It's the first time Arstees is going to miss champs in his entire career, but I'm going to say 3-1 Subliners, and that'll move them on to elimination round 2. Now let's go through elimination round 2 matches. Thieves versus Rocker. I think this could be a good series. Rocker, like I said, obviously are fighting. Let me go back to the regular season standings. Are fighting to keep this 8 seed, but I'm going to go LA Thieves here. I think Thieves take it 3-1. I just think they're a stronger team, even though they struggled online. We know what they can do on land. And then we have Vegas versus Subliners. Now, they just played online for the qualifiers for this, where Vegas won 3-2. And if we look at game 5, they won 6-4 on Search and Destroy. This is a very interesting matchup because Standy has been playing phenomenal most of the season, but even on Vegas and when he was on Toronto, he's been good. We obviously know what Hydra can do, but if Kismet is struggling like he did in this game 5, it's going to be hard for them to win. But looking at the overall series, right, Kiz and Skies kind of struggled, whereas the Legion had less of a struggle. I mean, I just said Standy was doing well, even though he technically went negative. I think Clay and, Temp is somebody you expect to do really well. I think this could go either way, but I'm going to go with Clayster. I'm going to go with Vegas making a run to secure their spot at champs, taking this 3-2 again versus the New York Subliners. Then we move back up to the winners rounds. Now, I made a TikTok about this, and I probably posted it on YouTube Shorts as well, but OpTic has the easiest run to a winners finals we've ever seen. They got to go up against Florida, which is, probably the second or third worst team in the league, and then they got to go up against the winner of Minnesota or Boston. In this case, Boston, as I have in here. I don't see them losing this. We'll give Boston a map just because I think they're a solid team, but if OpTic doesn't make at least winners finals, I think this is a huge disappointment. I think if they don't even win, it's kind of a disappointment, but winners finals should be at least a bare minimum, a top 3. And then winners round 2, we have Atlanta FaZe versus Toronto Ultra. This is one of those series where you never really know what's going to happen. I'm going to go Atlanta FaZe. We're going to go 3-2 FaZe. I think, anything's possible, but we'll give it to Atlanta. Then elimination round 3, we have Toronto versus Thieves. Toronto did just 3-1 Thieves online. I don't know. I really like Thieves. Obviously, I have my Thieves shirt on. I'm a Thieves fan, and I do like what they can do at LAN, but I'm not going to let my bias get in the way of this one. I'm going to go 3-2 Toronto. I do think this is winnable for Thieves, right? I think we all can agree that this is definitely a possible win here for either of these teams, but I'm going to go Toronto. I just think, they've been strong all year long, and yes, Thieves has great teamwork, and they can probably work their way out of the slump that they were just in online, but I'm just going to go with the team that's hotter right now, which is Ultra. And then we have Boston versus Vegas. I'm going Vegas again. We're going to give them a 3-1 over Boston to put them into elimination round 4 versus Toronto Ultra. I don't know exactly what Vegas needs to technically qualify. I feel like if they make it this far, they should qualify for champs, but I'm not 100% sure on that. I do think this is an interesting series. Obviously, Ultra is the better team, but Ultra lost to Rocker in the qualifiers, and Legion beat Rocker in the qualifiers. So, by association, is Legion better? Obviously, Ultra's probably the better team. I'm going to say Legion continued this fantasy run, and they take this into Game 5 versus Toronto Ultra. An absolute TJ Halley masterclass in Game 5 SND, and Vegas is going to find themselves in the elimination finals, going up against the loser of OpTic or FaZe. I'm going to go OpTic. I don't want to beat around the bush with this one. I'm going to say OpTic take this 3-1. I just think they're a better overall team, and they're one of the best teams. Actually, they are the best team in the game right now. Then elimination finals, Legion versus FaZe. Can Legion continue to extend itself into the finals and take down FaZe? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say Legion take FaZe 3-2, and they find themselves in the finals versus OpTic Gaming at the last major. I think Legion's got some clutch factor in them. I think they're going to surprise some people at this major. They might even beat FaZe in the first round when they play each other in winners finals or winners round 1. So they're going to get the rematch. They're going to take down FaZe, and they're going to find themselves in the finals versus OpTic Gaming. And then unfortunately for Legion, I do think they're going to get beat by OpTic. This is a best of 7. I'm going to go 4-1 in favor of OpTic. I think OpTic is just such a phenomenal team, and I think Legion's going to have a good run, but I don't think they're going to be good enough to take down the likes of OpTic. But I do have Legion making an insane losers bracket run after falling to round 1. Listen, this sounds crazy, but we're here to have some fun, right? I mean, the odds of Legion beating Surge, Subliners, Breach, and Ultra and FaZe those are literally 5 of the best, 5 of the best like 6 or 7 teams in the league. So the fact that they can even make grand finals would be crazy. And, I'm just dreaming here, trying to have a little bit of fun. But yeah, I'm going to submit my predictions now. Save, submit, so they cannot be changed, as you can see. And yeah, I think this is going to be a very interesting major. I think the whatever happens with this major after these qualifiers, as you can see here on the screen, this is going to be huge, building the picture for champs. I personally would love to see, if we go back to regular season here, I would love to see Vegas move into this spot of head of rocker and then have those be the top 8. But either way, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to drop a like, sub to the channel, and let me know down below who you have as your finals matchup. I have OpTic versus Vegas. Let me know what you have in the comments. With that being said, hopefully I'll see you all in the next video.